Next is our 6.10, consideration of presentation from Lake County Chamber of Commerce. And we have CEO Amanda Martin here. Wow.
There's like a little heart right on.
Oh, wow, that's fancy. Okay. Okay. Colleen, would you mind handing those out? Thank you.
Thank you. I even looked at the wording to see if
Thank
it's
you.
correct. Thank you.
Why, thank you. Yeller.
Chair, if I may, while they're
Yes.
getting set up, I just wanted to mention that I wanted to invite the chamber here just to kind of give us an update on all of the programs and operations that they're working on in our community that are beneficial to all of our communities throughout the Lake County area.
Thank you for that. By all means.
Thank you, Supervisor Rasmussen. So, good morning, Lake County Board of Directors. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Hello, good morning. I'll get more personal. Good morning, Chair Crandall, Vice Chair Rasmussen, Supervisor Paiska, Supervisor Owen, and Supervisor Sabatier. Thank you very much for having us here today to give you a update presentation, where the chamber's at and where we see it going. So my name is Amanda Martin. I am the CEO of the Lake County Chamber of Commerce. I just started in December of 2024, December 9th, so it's been just about 5 months. And I'm joined here by my colleague, Colleen Lee, which I'll let her introduce herself.
Yes, Colleen Lee, and I am Operations Manager with the Lake County Chamber of Commerce and a very proud CTA for the county.
That's right. Thank you. And I really have to commend Colleen because she came in as just a, interim while one of the chamber's staff members was going out on medical leave. And so Colleen came in thinking she would only be there for a couple months?
Yeah.
And has been there for almost a year now, and she has kept everything not just going, but growing. So I feel really lucky to get to work with Colleen. So, the Lake County Chamber of Commerce, we are a private, not-for-profit organization. So we have the designation of a 501c6. So we are a group of businesses that have come together to advance the financial, industrial, and civic interests of Lake County. So in short, the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is elevating the business of Lake County. So who we are. First and foremost, we are our business membership. It always starts there. So we have 284 members and growing, actually. Since the start of this year, we've gained 14 new members, and we're really excited and proud of that. So we are just 2 full-time staff. You've heard myself and Colleen introduce ourselves. We are really doing the work of four staff people. So thank you for your patience with us in the office. Now we also get to work with an amazing group of 10 volunteer board directors. So our president is Don Smith, and he's the director of well-being with Adventist Health Clear Lake. Then our president-elect is Robert Bocabella. He's with Business Design Services. Then our financial officer is Diane Tompkins Plant. And then our other board directors are Alex Nunez with Nala's Cleaning Service, Weston Seifert with the Sawshop Public House, Kendall Foltz with Foltz Family Winery, Greg Folsom here in the audience today. Thank you very much, Greg. He was the interim administrator and is now on our board. Laura Horn, who is newly with Sutter Lakeside Health, Alyssa Mingo, who's with Bicoastal Media, and then Autumn Kersey, who's with Artemis Copac. So that's a little bit of the full picture of the team. Okay, oh, it looks like the slide got a little bit jumbled there. Not sure how that happened, sorry about that. So I wanted to really talk about how there are many different aspects that the Chamber serves our whole Lake County community here. And so one of the ways that we're doing that is enhancing the visitor's experience through the Lakeport Visitor Center. So in just the month of April in 2025, there were at least 266 visitors who come in. Now we count them by hand, we have a clicker, so that's a pretty modest number. But it goes to show that, you know, we're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and we are offering information on all kinds of things to the county. You know, the information that we provide goes well beyond our business membership. And the visitor center is really dual purpose because it's serving both locals and visitors. You know, a lot of locals maybe mistakenly think that the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is an extension of county government, even though we're a private nonprofit. So we get all kinds of calls that we're happy to take, and we're happy to help direct them. And then for visitors who come in, we help provide information about how they can utilize all the public lands, especially that we have to offer here in Lake County. So another aspect of the Chamber's work that's serving the visitor's experience to Lake County is our Lake Life magazine. We all just handed you a copy, so you have them there. So the Lake Life magazine is a partnership between the Lake County Chamber of Commerce and the Tourism Improvement District, or Visit Lake County. And this is the second year that we have created this publication. And the 2025 Lake Life magazine will be out late this month or next month, and 20,000 copies will be printed and distributed inside Lake County at large events like the Para Festival and other large events, and then also outside of Lake County in neighboring regions like the Sonoma Airport and visitor centers that are within driving range. And so this Lake Life magazine last year, 10,000 copies were distributed in county and 10,000 were distributed out of county. And like the Lakeport Visitor Center, the Lake Life magazine is dual purpose in that it's serving both our locals and visitors, because we know that our local hospitals, real estate agents, and other agencies utilize the Lake Life magazine as a recruitment tool to help attract healthcare workers to the county and also interested home buyers. So they use this magazine to show what the quality of life is like here in Lake County, and it really puts everything that we have to offer in a really beautiful light. So Lake Life also provides visitors with information on how to enjoy the natural beauty of Lake County, from hiking, fishing, mountain biking, bird watching, and much more. So stay tuned for this next edition. It'll be a great magazine. So another way that the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is enhancing the visitor's experience to Lake County is the Certified Tourism Ambassador Program. So this was brought to the county by the Lake County Chamber of Commerce, and now it's the only CTA program in the nation that is volunteer run. Thank you very much to Michelle Carson for that, and formerly Jackie Castile. So the CTA program provides training to county employees, police officers, hospitality workers, you know, all sorts, on how to help visitors build their itinerary when they come into Lake County. And very excited and proud to announce that Lake County CTA program has been awarded 2 International CTA of the Year awards. The 2025 recipient is sitting right next to me. That's Colleen Yorba-Lee. And the 2023 recipient was Michelle Carson. Now, this is no small achievement. There are 60,000 people that have been certified tourism ambassadors. So this is a really big deal that Lake County's CTA program is thriving, absolutely thriving, and being recognized internationally. Also, if you have not seen our very fun video on Facebook of Colleen finding out that she was awarded this, please go check that out. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so now shifting gears to another aspect of the Chamber's work, and that's advancing civic interests in Lake County. So as you see this diagram on the right-hand side, the triangle that convenes government, citizens, and business. This is something that I learned at the Western Association of Chamber Executives conference in February of this year. So I got to go to Las Vegas and learn from and network with 400 other chamber executives all along the West Coast. There were so many takeaways, but I would say this simple diagram was maybe my biggest takeaway from those 4 days, because it really shows how this can be the chamber's unique role in our communities. There's also a saying within the WACE, which is the Chamber Executives Association, is that if you've seen one chamber, then you've just seen one chamber, because no two are alike, and that's because we're really serving our communities, and all of our communities are unique and have different needs. So we facilitate town halls and roundtables because we're uniquely qualified to convene, all these 3 different groups. So there's a photo from the Record B where Congressman Mike Thompson is speaking to small business owners during a town hall. That was the town hall that we put on and facilitated, and we are really grateful to both Supervisor Peiska and Supervisor Rasmussen for coming out to that. Now, a very important town hall that is not on this presentation because it just was solidified after submitting the presentation to you is the Lake Pillsbury Town Hall. You each have a flyer for that in your magazines there. I definitely do not have to tell you just how critical this issue is. You know well more than I do about this. But I'm not sure that our whole Lake County community really understands how critical this is. And I mean, I don't know about you, but every time I read about it and learn more about it, it becomes more and more complex. And so what we want to do at the Chamber is provide citizens a forum for education, for balanced discussion, and a place to voice their concerns and ask those critical questions. So that'll be happening May 28th at the Supervisors Theater, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And thank you, Chair Crandall and Supervisor Sabatier for being panelists. Okay, so now shifting gears to another aspect of the Chamber's work, and this is coordinating large events to attract tourism into Lake County. So we know that Clear Lake is one of our unique selling points. Who else has the oldest lake on the North American continent and 100 miles of beautiful shoreline? So what we have done at the Chamber and continued to do is create events that attract tourism into the county and utilize this lake. So 2 of those legacy events are the Clear Lake Seaplane Splashin' event. So that just happened April 24th to 27th. This really put Lake County and Clear Lake on the national seaplane map. And the photo in the middle down below is a snapshot of the National Seaplane Pilot Association podcast that featured Clear Lake and the Splashin'. Their executive director, Steve, interviewed myself, and the photo on the right is us actually recording the podcast from the beautiful Skylark Shores Resort. So another legacy project of the Chamber is the annual Clear Lake Team Bass Fishing Tournament. This year was actually the 37th annual tournament, and a total of almost 17,000 was awarded to the top 15 anglers, which most of them were from Lake County, and very happy that first place was awarded to a Lake County father and son team.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so a way that the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is elevating business in Lake County is through our mixer events. So every month, we host a mixer event which brings business to caterers, wineries, restaurants, and it really provides networking opportunities. These are the kinds of connections and results that are hard to make tangible, but we know the value that's there, and we know that those who come out to the mixers find the value of that networking opportunity. So mixers also provide a platform for nonprofits and community action groups to publicly present on their new projects. So for instance, our April mixer at Ripe Choice, we had Herb Lingle presenting on the Seaplane Splash-In event and John Parker on the Eli Stage Stop and the fundraising that they're doing for the new carriage houses. Then our March mixer was with Bicoastal Media, and that was when they were launching their summer concert in the park series. And so, yeah, these mixers are a great time and also a great networking opportunity for both businesses and nonprofit and community action groups. So we have found the power in collaboration, and our upcoming mixers, the next one is Tuesday, May 20th, and that will be at Barbecue by Biasotti in Middletown. And we are actually joining forces with the Satellite Rotary Club and the Middletown Area Merchants Association to do this mixer. Then the following one, on June 11th, will be a joint mixer with the Calistoga Chamber. So we're actually even partnering beyond our county's borders. And that will be at the Greenview Restaurant. And just recently, the Gwinnett Valley Project confirmed that they will present at this mixer. So please stay tuned for that. That'll be 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Now, another aspect that the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is elevating business in Lake County are our grand openings and ribbon cuttings. So bringing public awareness to new businesses that are opening throughout the county. A great recent example of that is the grand opening of Lakshmi Cuisine of India, right on North Main Street in Lakeport. This is a second location of RT Indian Cafe. And they came in and became members of the Lake County Chamber of Commerce and really wanted help with their grand opening, getting the word out there. And all we did was just create a Facebook event, spread it out throughout our network, and it reached 12,000 people. And that was completely organic, not boosted. So it's exciting to see those tangible results and then also to see who came out for that grand opening. So then, to wrap it up, I just wanted to talk about where I see our future opportunities for the Lake County Chamber of Commerce. So business visits. As I'm sure you're aware, the Lakeport Economic Development Advisory Committee, also known as LEDAC, conducts business walks to survey the state of businesses in Lakeport. Now, the Lake County Chamber of Commerce would like to do a similar in-person survey for the whole of Lake County, visiting members and non-members. And as we're already informally doing this and speaking to our members, we'd like to know some key questions, like how many businesses did not survive during the COVID-19 pandemic and shutdown? And is there any way of helping bring them back? How many businesses are almost being put out of business by their utility bills? Because that's what we've been hearing a lot of, is that they are absolutely struggling with that. And so what we would like to do at the Lake County Chamber of Commerce is generate a monthly report to the Lake County Board of Supervisors, to yourselves, so you could have kind of boots on the ground data, information. Because as we know, it's always easier to retain existing businesses than to try to attract new businesses coming in. So then another aspect that we're looking at, and I can't help but be personally very excited about this one, is a young professionals network. So this is something that a number of different chambers have, and it's a professional network for people in the ages 21 to 40. As we know in Lake County, our average age of our population is quite a bit older than the state's average, so it makes this network even more important. So the Santa Rosa Metro Chamber says our Young Professional Network program convenes young professionals, innovative thinkers, and prominent industry leaders to inspire, educate, and empower young business leaders. Young Professional Network is a professional development program designed to engage and introduce young professionals to the Santa Rosa region's vast resources and opportunities. So I've already been canvassing and talking to other young professionals within this age bracket, and they're really excited about this. And this is something that I have heard consistently through all of our community action groups and nonprofits, is that they're having a hard time recruiting the younger generation to come in and volunteer and help fill those roles. So this network would provide exactly that, a network of young professionals that these groups could come to, engage with, present to, and help build that intergenerational collaboration that I think we're all excited about seeing happening in Lake County. So that was a bit of a fast and furious mouthful, and I really appreciate your time today and happy for any comments and questions, and both Colleen and I here will be available to take them.
Well, first off, thank you for scheduling the Pillsbury Town Hall. Very important to us, I know that for sure, especially since we've, I think, a month or so back, we came out in an open session and finally just laid it all out there. So this gives us the chance to let the community in Lake County know. We've already been to other places and whatnot. So again, thank you. I'll if there's anyone else, I think Supervisor Sabatier.
Yeah, Ms. Martin, it's been a pleasure working with you so far. I got to see you get appointed into your new position. I heard the last guy was a little strange, something about weird sweaters.
Weird shirts, mainly.
But appreciate the interim. We needed somebody to carry on the chamber, and thank you very much for that, Greg. But it's been a pleasure having conversations with you, trying to figure out how to work together, what's needed in the community. It's kind of a broad subject. It's not very narrow at all. And I'm going to request something that I don't know how my colleagues will take it. I feel we don't hear enough from the chamber. For example, we just looked at our fee schedule. Those fees matter to our local businesses.
Yeah, they do.
And the chamber has a much easier time to canvass such a large number of businesses in a very fast way to come back to the board and say, these are hurting this sector, or we approve of these things, or whatever the case might be. And I know that I want to say at least when I first started, there seemed to be a little bit of back and forth between the chamber and the board on discussing those things, and I hope that we can get back into those discussions, because I think it should be a healthy relationship, but there should be some push and pull somewhere along the way so that we can make sure that we understand the impacts of the decisions that we make, because our local businesses is the backbone of the entire economy here. And so I hope to rely on you on getting that feedback and that understanding of how things are going, what's the finger on the pulse for our businesses.
Absolutely. Thank you, Supervisor Sabatier. That is our goal as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to thank you too, and I'm really excited about the Pillsbury Town Hall. That's amazing. I think it's much needed. The people here many of them don't know about the issue.
Yeah.
And they're going to be really upset that they don't know. So this is really important. I really want to say kudos and thank you for that. I'm really excited about your town halls and your mixers coming up.
Thanks.
2 of them in my area. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I really concur with what Supervisor Sabatier had mentioned about, I worry, and that's one of the reasons I decided to run, was what is government doing with red tape and et cetera, fees, to make it difficult for the, not just the small businesses, but the people just to build a house and
Right.
to, but the small business aspect of it. So what we can do to help them.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was something that I saw at the conference, is that many different chambers can go into all kinds of different avenues. Like the Bend, Oregon Chamber is diving fully into housing, and they actually have created a revolving loan fund just for housing specifically. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, it's, the options are endless and the enthusiasm is endless, but the staff is limited.
But you know what? You've got a lot of enthusiasm, and so I think we're blessed to have you.
Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate that, Supervisor Owen.
Vice Chair, I think you were next, and then you can go ahead.
Well, thank you for the presentation today. I appreciate you coming. I appreciate all the work you and Colleen are doing. I know it's a lot of work for 2 people when it should be 4. I like the idea of the business walks. I think that information is very important for our board to get a hold of and understand what the concerns of these businesses are, because we need to figure out ways to try to help them. They're that's part of our economy that's providing revenue into the county for us to provide services. So it's critical, and I want to continue to, work with the chamber and look for ways where the county can support you and you and the chamber can support of us. I think there's a lot of opportunities for partnerships there in the future to make it stronger for the whole community. So thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Rasmussen.
Well, first, congratulations. That's incredible. We do have a very strong CTA program here. You are still, right?
Yeah.
Anyone over here?
No, but I
I've
think
probably expired.
Yeah, you got to be on it. You got to be on it. You got to
don't
renew
you have a
every year.
training coming up in Middletown?
Yeah.
Yes, June 13th at, sorry. That was June 13th at the Jazzercise. I believe that's on Armstrong Street in Middletown.
Yeah, it's worth it. And the support, we have such a unique environment of entrepreneurs in our county. And so the support is critical to make sure that we really maintain that authenticity that we have in our county. And we are about to launch our Trails website too. So I'm hoping that you'll help us push that out and make people aware of all of the outdoor options that we have now, and as we continue to expand with the Lake County Recreation Agency. Let's see, there was one more thing I wanted to bring up, and now I can't remember. But thank you for you both. And Colleen, again, that was a very big award that you've received, and I love the enthusiasm around the CTA program too. Everyone that's involved in it is, just loves this county and loves spreading the word, and that's important that it comes from the chamber.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Pyska.
Oh, I know what I was going to say. We've talked a little bit about housing throughout the day, but we have invested a considerable amount into our housing strategic plan that will be coming back to us later in a month or two. So it's something, we've been working on that internally, looking at how we incentivize development, bring the costs down, really build that strategy countywide. So look to us maybe this summer, later on in this summer. And then once we adopt it, and then it's public, and we can all work on implementation together.
Great, thank you for that. Yeah, we'd be happy to help in any way we can.
Two things for me. I think you have your pen up
Yes.
again. Okay, just two things for me. If someone wants to join and they're watching, do they just contact you?
Wow, you're better at my job than I am. Thank you. Yes, they can contact us. My email is executivedirector@lakecochamber.com, or also CEO@lakecochamber.com, or they can go onto our website, lakecochamber.com, and under the tab, you can find Become a Member, and you'll see that our membership tiers, the lowest one starts at actually $150 for individuals and nonprofits, and that's annual. And then the tier above that is $300 for a business membership. Again, that's annual, and it can be paid monthly or quarterly. And then our very top tier, our community partner level, is $1,500 annually. So just to be very transparent about what those dues are. And that is what supports us. So we so greatly appreciate everybody who are members, because that's what's supporting us.
Lastly, my last question, what if somebody wants to join the CTA? When's the next class?
I'm going to turn that to Colleen.
Again, it's June 13th at
I
the
didn't catch that,
Jazzercise on Armstrong. And we are trying to have one again up here in the Lakeport area, hopefully at the Department of Education. That's to be announced.
Okay.
And the fee is $25. And just to let everybody know, we're really proud of Alan Flora down in Clear Lake City. He has put his whole staff through the CTA program, and it has helped quite a bit. Get the word out there for all our local businesses.
And that was Armstrong in Middletown, at the Jazzercise in Middletown.
Yes.
Thank you for repeating that one for me.
What's the sign-up deadline? sign-up deadline?
May 30th.
Okay.
All right, Supervisor Sabatier, go.
And you need to dress appropriately. It's a hybrid jazzercise and CTA training all at the same time. I gave Greg Folsom a hard time, and I was reminded of a conversation, so I want to try to reciprocate. We are not a member of the chamber.
Unfortunately, correct.
I think that I at least have the perspective that I have value for what the chamber does and can do for our community. So I just wanted to mention that because I think that's, you just mentioned the cost. We're talking about $1,500. And I think that we should have a regular connection, if not board membership, or at least there's times where it's very empty and lacks county representation. I was glad to see pictures of Vice Chair Rasmussen there, but there are times where there is a complete lack of Lake County representation at some of your meetings or your mixers, and I think it's important that we be more involved in the future and change our current behavior. So. Nothing to say today specifically, because that's not what's on the agenda, but I'm hoping that we can change that in the near future, because I think it's important for us to be engaged.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Great.
I just, since you mentioned that, I do agree, and I've talked to Amanda about that, about the county being a member. I know both cities are members of the chamber year after year, and
Couldn't help
we're
but
not,
notice that our
so
logo was not there.
I think we should be members, and something we need to support.
Yep.
Agree.
I agree.
Well, we love to hear that. Thank you.
All right, well, there's not anything else from the board. I'll open it up to the public. If there's anyone, come on up.
I'm going to get it now.
Good morning, Board. I'm Greg Folsom, proud resident of the city of Clear Lake, board member of the Lake County Chamber of Commerce and retired city manager. First of all, I just want to let you know, these two are both amazing. I've worked with them now, Colleen since July and Amanda since December. I was involved with her hiring, and she was fantastic. So I'm really proud, and I hope that you guys really will take advantage and work with her. Secondly, I'm very concerned about some of the things I've heard on the board this morning, and I have to address it. And I don't want to point anyone out in particular, but there seems to be some envy with regard to my fashion sense. And I want to let you all know that this hat is available for sale at the Lake County Chamber of Commerce. So please come on down. I think that will help you all out. Again, I don't want to mention anyone particularly, Supervisor Sabatier. And then third, as I mentioned, I used to work with the city of Clear Lake. One of the things I'm very proud of is that during my tenure, we were able to partner with the county, with Lakeport, and with other entities in the creation of the Lake County Economic Development Corporation and the Lake County Tourism Improvement District. Both of those entities work with county businesses. They help with the creation and retention of jobs. They bring visitors into this county. They help to create revenues that help support this county. You have sales tax revenues that are being generated. You have TOT, transient occupancy tax revenues that are being generated that help support the things that this county does. The success of business is the success of the county. And those opportunities, I see the same potential and possibilities now with the county working with the chamber. And I really want to open that up as a possibility of having a closer working relationship. I appreciate what you brought up, Supervisor, about joining the chamber. I think that's something that should have been done a long time ago. And I think there's great opportunity for us to work together in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.
Nice hat.
Greg, we also have the same hairdo, so we're good. All right, anyone else would like to comment on this? If not, we'll bring it back to the board, and thank you very much for the
I have one question.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I wondered if you had like a little flyer or something that I can advertise the, oh, okay. Not the Tillsbury.
The June
I was going to
11th?
do this one, but for the, yes,
For the CTA.
Ju-
Yeah,
that would be great. Thank you.
thank you.
That's okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your support and your enthusiasm. Wow. Feel really good about it. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, with that, we'll close this presentation. Again, thank you so much, and we'll go ahead and break for lunch at this time.